1. INT ODOCTUN. Have you ever stepped into a place and instantly felt out of sync, as if something invisible had shifted the moment you arrived? Nothing dramatic happened. No one stared. No one spoke. Yet your body reacted first. Your shoulders tightened. Your breathing changed, and your awareness sharpened in an uncomfortable way. You became aware of how you were standing, how long your eye contact lasted, and whether your expression looked natural. You began adjusting yourself without knowing why. Later, long after the moment passed, it stayed with you. You replayed it quietly, asking what went wrong. Many people call this shyness, but that word barely begins to describe the depth of this experience. 2. What's social anxiety? Really, social anxiety is not simply feeling nervous around people. It is not a lack of intelligence, charm, or social skill. Social anxiety is a persistent fear of being judged, rejected, or exposed in social situations. It is the belief that others might discover something unacceptable about you and that this discovery could change how you are treated. Even when there is no evidence of this happening, the fear feels real and convincing. Social anxiety does not require proof. It survives on possibility. 3. The fear of being seen. At its core, social anxiety is not a fear of people. It is a fear of being seen clearly. Being observed feels risky. Being noticed feels unsafe. There is a sense that visibility equals vulnerability, and vulnerability equals danger. This fear can exist even among friends, colleagues, or familiar faces. The problem is not who is watching, but the act of being watched itself. 4. Constant self-monitoring. Of the most exhausting parts of social anxiety is the constant monitoring of the self. You watch yourself speak. You listen to your tone. You evaluate your reactions in real time. This internal observation prevents natural flow. Conversations lose their ease and become controlled performances. You are not fully engaged with others, because part of your attention is always turned inward. Checking for mistakes. 5. Perception and INTR paritiata. And social anxiety thrives on interpretation. A neutral look becomes negative. A pause becomes awkwardness. A brief silence becomes rejection. The mind fills empty spaces with meaning, and those meanings tend to be harsh. These interpretations feel convincing because the emotional response is intense. Fear gives weight to thoughts, even when they are inaccurate. 6. Shyness and social anxiety. Shyness and social anxiety are often confused, but they are not the same. Shyness is a preference for calm and low stimulation. It can fade as comfort grows. Social anxiety does not disappear with familiarity alone. A socially anxious person may enjoy connection deeply and still feel fear. The fear is not about interaction itself. It is about judgment and consequences. 7. The brain's protective system. Human brain evolved to protect against danger. Long ago, social rejection could threaten survival. That ancient system still exists. With social anxiety, this system becomes overly sensitive. It interprets social situations as threats to safety. A conversation triggers stress hormones. The body prepares for danger. This happens automatically, without conscious permission. 8. WHY. Logic feels USLs when the nervous system is activated. Logic loses influence. This is why telling yourself to relax often does not work. Social anxiety is not maintained by reason alone. It is maintained by learned emotional responses. The brain remembers how situations felt, not how they ended. Fear speaks louder than reassurance. 9. Anticipation and mental reassurance. Or social anxiety begins long before the interaction itself. You imagine scenarios in advance. You rehearse conversations. You predict mistakes. This anticipation builds tension and drains energy. By the time the moment arrives, your nervous system is already tired. The anxiety feels heavier because it has been growing silently. 10. The avoidance, PATT or avoidance, is a natural response to discomfort. Leaving early, staying quiet, canceling plans, or staying invisible reduces anxiety temporarily. The brain learns quickly. It associates avoidance with relief. Unfortunately, this strengthens fear. Each avoided situation reinforces the belief that the threat was real. Over time, life becomes smaller. 11. The spotlight EFFCTS. Social anxiety creates the illusion that attention is fixed on you. This is known as the spotlight effect. It feels like your actions are being closely observed and evaluated. In reality, most people are focused on themselves. They are replaying their own words, worrying about their own mistakes, and thinking about how they appear. The spotlight feels real, but it exists mostly in the mind. 12. Identity and self-judgment. Social anxiety does not only criticize behavior, It attacks identity. One awkward moment becomes evidence. One uncomfortable silence becomes a definition. This leads to harsh self-judgment and persistent self-doubt. Anxiety speaks in extremes. It ignores context and exaggerates flaws. Its voice may sound confident, but it is not accurate. Point 13. Emotional meme or within. Social anxiety is rooted in emotional memory rather than conscious memory. It may not come from one clear event, but from repeated moments of feeling unsafe, embarrassed, or unseen. The mind learns patterns quietly. Later, similar situations activate the same fear, even when the original cause is no longer present. 14. Sensitivity and awareness. People with social anxiety are often highly sensitive and perceptive. They notice details others overlook. This sensitivity can be a strength, but when paired with fear, it becomes overwhelming. The mind takes in too much information and treats it as threat. What could be awareness turns into anxiety. 15. WHYIT feels so or social. Anxiety feels deeply personal because it affects how you see yourself. It blurs the line between experience and identity. It makes temporary feelings feel permanent. But anxiety is not truth. It is a response. It reflects fear, not reality. 16. You are not Birokian. Experiencing social anxiety does not mean there is something wrong with you. It means your nervous system learned to protect you in a way that no longer serves you. The intention was safety. The result was limitation. Learned responses can change. Awareness is where that change begins. 17. A gentler approach. Social anxiety does not need to be attacked aggressively. Fighting fear often strengthens it. Understanding it weakens it. Observing anxiety without judgment creates space. In that space, new responses can slowly form. Change does not require force. It requires patience. 18. Closing THOUGHTS. Social anxiety is not who you are. It is something you experience. Experiences are shaped by learning, perception, and fear, and they can evolve. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are human, and you are not alone. Understanding is the first step toward freedom, and compassion is the quiet strength that allows real change to happen.